Welcome to the Player's Perspective channel. This is a channel that I've started, and this is about men's improvement, social issues, and everything in between. So today we're going to be playing Kevin Samuels coaching this 2 out of 10 female on why she can't have a high value man.
Supposed to settle for a regular type dude.
Yes. You're a 2 out of 10.
How tall are you?
I am 5'3".
Dress size?
I am a medium.
Dress size? Number?
Age.
See, she has to think about that shit, so you already know she's lying.
10.
She's at least a size 20.
How much did you weigh last time you weighed yourself?
157.
157, bro. This bitch is at least 220 pounds.
Fresh face out of the shower, just your natural face. On a scale from 1 to 10, what would you rank your looks?
Natural face.
Okay, fresh face out of the shower, your natural face. You can't use 7. What would you rank yourself? 1 to 10.
A 6.
Okay.
Cap.
A 6 is right above average. A 5 is average, right?
She knows she's not a 6.
You're 5'3".
Look into her eyes. She knows she's not a 6. But women do that. They lie. Obviously, men lie too, but women are experts at marketing. And even a chick like her, who's really a 2 out of 10, and I think I'm being a little bit generous, she has such a high self-esteem that she thinks she's 6 out of 10. 6 out of 10 would be above average. A 5 out of 10 is average. So she's saying she's above average if she rates herself a 6 out of 10. To me, this chick is way below average, way below my standards.
100, dress size 10, so that's above average weight. 5'3", you should be roughly dress size 4. 4'6", 125 pounds. Even if I believe you're 157, 160, you're almost 33 pounds, 33% over your ideal target weight. And you have listen. If you're average to cute looking, if you're below average health from a weight standpoint, and you have 2 children,
and she got 2 kids, so not only is she like 220 pounds, definitely in her like mid-30s, on top of that she's got 2 kids, and in the beginning of the video she said, so I'm supposed to just settle for an average man? Yes, bitch. You would be lucky to be with an average man.
Overall, does that make you below average, average, or above average? Factor all those things in together.
Average.
So why should you get anything upper? Then why should you get above average? What do you mean settle for? You should get what you are.
I see millionaires with average women all the time.
Those
don't have big chest tattoos either. And
those women that she's talking about that are with high value men, those women have been with those men when they didn't have shit, and they built up that wealth together. A lot of those millionaire dudes, if they met their wives after getting money, they probably wouldn't even be with those women. But the only reason those guys have those average chicks as wives is because those women actually help build the business or whatever that man made his money from.
2 other kids. Man, I'm just saying, okay, I want to, no, I mean, let's be honest. Why should an average woman say she's settling for an average man?
And Kevin Samuels, he's passed away now, rest in peace. He's actually being really generous to this female. She's way below average.
Maybe
ain't nothing wrong with it. Wait.
No, you said so I should just settle. No, you said that. Listen. You said so I should just settle for an average guy, and I'm like, you're an average woman. Why should you not?
I would be settling. I mean, nothing wrong with an average.
Why would you be settling and he wouldn't? So what would he be doing? Would he be upgrading?
He don't got no money. So if he don't have no money,
You ain't fine enough for no money.
If he don't have no money, says a fucking mid-30s single mom with a chest tattoo who's like 220 pounds, talking about if he don't have no money. Like, this is how fucked up the game has gone, where this chick can make demands of guys like money and all this other. I'm sure she has other things, other criterias too. Like, I'm sure she probably wants a tall guy like the rest of them. But it just shows you how fucked up the game has gotten, where a chick like this has such high demands.
I'm not fine enough for money.
No. You're
Average
6.
women
You're
date
5. You said
billionaires.
you're 6, ma'am. You said you're 6. You don't get money. You get second shift at the plant. Did you go to college?
No, I didn't.
Okay, ma'am.
I have my own business though.
Congratulations. Don't care, ma'am. You
She probably does nails or something. That's what a lot of chicks like. They'll like do nails from home, and then they'll say, "I'm an entrepreneur."
got 2 children, and you said you are 6. I give you 5, 6. Your numbers together would be average. So why? So an average man would be upgrading to get
Very
you.
generous. She's way below
Look,
average.
I didn't
Like I
say
said,
all that.
I'm asking, ma'am, because we're just having a conversation. You said you'd be settling, so by extension, he would
Okay,
be.
so I guess we'll be settling for each other.
Well,
Is that
but he,
better?
no. But my issue is, you said settling for him. That means you'd be getting something less than what you deserve. When we settle, we get
Because
less.
I already have everything that I need. If he's not adding to me, then that will be settling, right?
Fabian, I want you to understand what I asked you last night. I asked this question oftentimes with black women. If you have to work as hard today
look at
or
this.
harder if you want children with a husband, would you rather have a husband or be single? And almost 100% of the time, black women would say, if I have to work as hard as I am today with a husband, I'd rather be single, because a husband is not, just by being a man ain't enough. He's supposed to make her life easier. That is why I have no problem telling women to die alone. It is not our job to make women's lives easier.
Facts.
It's our job to protect, provide, but that's not necessarily easy. It's harder. Relationships are hard. So, ma'am, you got all the things you need, except somebody to share life with. And the man who can meet your standards, okay? Can he meet other women's standards?
Yeah.
Okay, then why should he not get the best? If he can meet your high standard, he can meet another woman's standard.
Basically, the high value man she's talking about is right in front of you, and I wouldn't touch that chick with a 10-foot, 20-foot pole. Like, this is a chick at 2 a.m. last call at a bar. If she's asking you to fuck in the bathroom, I'd be like, nah, I'm good. Like, she could be throwing her pussy at me, and I would pass.
And all I'm saying is that why should a man have to settle for a woman with 2 kids? Because you got a
They
business?
don't have, Kevin, they don't have to settle for me.
But you said you'd be settling for him.
Okay, just like you, Kevin, you say that
Mhm.
high value men are supposed to have money, right? That's what you say. So if they don't have money, that means their value is low, right?
No.
And you go off women.
No. If you want to know, no. High value men, that's a completely different component. That's less than 10% of men.
Mhm.
And high value men get high value women, women who are in high demand.
Right.
That's not your category.
Because I got kids, right?
Because you got kids, you're overweight, you got what appears to be a receding hairline on a female. You know, this bitch got bigger shoulders than mine, like bigger biceps, and she's probably like judging by her head to shoulder distance, she's probably no taller than 5'4", and she's 200 pounds. And she got 2 kids, and she got a chest tattoo, and she's sassy and shit. So yeah, she's got all that and probably other fucking skeletons and demons in her closet that we don't know about, that she's not gonna obviously talk about on the show. But a chick who's gone this far through life has a lot of baggage. Like, think of all the heartbreaks and bullshit that she's been through. Being single at 35, so many guys who broke her heart, cheated on her, all this other shit. Do you want to take that on top of her 2 kids, on top of her bad attitude?
You're not, ma'am. Yes, are you? Would you say that you're a woman that's in high demand or most wanted?
I think she's gonna say yes.
I could be. I mean, yeah, I could be. I mean,
You could be.
I
So
take
okay.
care.
So
Yo, these bitches are laughable. And this is not just her. Like, I see this. It's quite common nowadays to find a chick like her who would be anywhere from like a 2 to like a 4 out of 10. And these bitches think they're 9s and 10s. I see it all the time. It's weird, some kind of like mental illness. But I think part of it is guys were more honest with other guys. Like, we're more honest with our male friends in terms of where they stand, and we're a lot more critical. And women are not. They're all about, yeah, you go, girl. You're hot. You're a 9 out of 10. Or they'll say, we're all 10s. And like, literally, they all be like 4s. And I notice the uglier or the more average chicks, they have more confidence than hot chicks sometimes, because a lot of these average chicks have high body counts, and they have high body counts because they fuck out of low self-esteem. And I bet you, even though she looks the way she looks, she probably has a high body count, because any woman, any female can get a high body count.
so
I take care. Can I tell you?
listen. Don't
Can
hold
I
on.
tell you about myself?
Hold on. Ma'am, you're 37 with 2 children.
37.
Where in the world do women who are average to above average, average to cute, who are a little overweight with 2 kids, where are these women in high demand?
Kevin, I'm working on myself. So if
No,
I was
ma'am,
to
I asked a
lose,
very specific question. It's not, no, because you're working on yourself. That's fine, but that doesn't mean you're in high demand.
I can get there. Can I?
And
So you
see,
mean to tell me if I can lose 20 pounds?
She needs to lose at least 100 pounds and 2 kids. No, my bad. Like, I don't, obviously, her kids should come first, but that's also something that women don't understand, is no high value man wants to take another man's children.
And
80
I take
years
care.
ago, 80 years ago, with a woman in your position, even without the children, 80 years ago, would a woman in your position be with the top 10% man?
You said 80
80
years
years
ago.
ago. 80
Was she?
years ago. Would she be with a man in the top 10% of all men? 80 years ago.
Yeah.
No. They're
Right.
80 years ago, women were not this delusional. We didn't have Instagram or all these other social media apps boosting these women's egos. Because even an average chick can get like 100 likes on Instagram from thirsty simps, and then she thinks she's hot all of a sudden.
there are a limited amount of these men to go around. Ma'am. So this is what I want you guys to understand, especially in the black community. You're an average woman by any stretch of the imagination. And I think that's being fair. Average at best is more likely the term. Average at best would be pretty fair. Why
Okay.
would,
These
The title of this video was Average at Worst.
but listen,
I'm
the issue,
listening.
but the issue is, so I got to settle for an average man. That's not settling. That's getting what you can afford to buy on the sexual marketplace.
Okay, so if I wanted a high value man, what do I do?
Even if I was an average man, this is not the kind of female I would go for.
Be reincarnated. You can't get one. Be reincarnated.
If I wanted a high value man, what do I do?
Be reincarnated. You can't get one. I'm gonna be honest, you can't. You're 37 with 2 kids. If they're less than 10% of the men, why would he pick you over a woman with no children?
But Kevin, I talk to pretty good high value. I go on dates with high caliber men.
Yes, they will go on dates with you. They will talk to you. They'll have sex with you.
And yo, if ladies, you all know a female who's this delusional, and y'all don't correct them.
We talk.
It's just sad, man. Part of me is like sad for this female. Like it's a little bit sad, but it's like ultimately her delusion is her own fault and the fault of people around her because they don't tell her the truth.
Talk about marriage. We talk about marriage.
I want you to understand this is what the issue is because
He probably talks about marriage because it's probably some thirsty guy who's looking for some puss. Like there's some guys out there who would smash her. So that's what he's probably telling her so he can get some rhino pussy.
I talked about this for a year and a half because men will deal with you. What man of value who is a high value man recognized by other men of value? What man that fits in that category is seriously vetting you to be a wife today?
I'm talking to someone now. I've been dating this guy now who's a pretty high value, and we've been talking.
How old is he?
He's 51.
What makes him high value?
He owns his own car dealership, and he has multiple businesses. He owns houses. Right? He's doing pretty good for himself. He's probably not rich, but
He probably doing really good for himself. This female can't even speak proper English.
Ma'am, being high
Talking about high value man.
value is more than just money.
he got a good head on his shoulders. He got a good personality. He take care of himself. He work out. He don't even look like he.
Oh Jesus Christ, ma'am! I'm trying to be reasonable, but it's more than just money. And I'm saying a man like why would a man?
Man, Kevin's being.
How can I say this without sounding rude?
Kevin, just.
I'm trying to. Why would a man who has this going on, and what state are you in?
I am in Cleveland, Ohio.
Okay, I just said state. But anyway, why would a man who's choose a woman like that? Okay, if you say he's high value, to me, when I talk about high value, it's not just money. It's over a period of time. It's what you do. It's also men of value must recognize you as a peer or a potential peer. You got to have a network of high value men and others, and you must be useful to others in a group. So you judge a man not just on his money, by his network, by other men who say, yeah, that's a man of value. He's a mover or shaker, a most eligible. Okay, man, but these men don't settle. They don't settle. They don't get women who are. There are men on YouTube right now saying, I don't know what I'm talking about being high value. But here's one thing that they do agree with me on. They don't take a woman with children. They don't.
Facts.
I've had men who vehemently disagree with me on a lot of things. They don't listen to me, but unanimously, we don't take another man's children.
Unless it's that goofball who married Sierra, Russell Wilson. And he's an idiot for doing that.
Because that's not even in their mindset.
And Sierra is hot. This chick, again, is a solid 2 out of 10. Talking about she wants a guy with money.
Don't. So you ladies can call it what you want. And I'm thinking, how long have y'all been dating?
2 weeks now.
I said seriously, but considering you to be a wife in 2 weeks, ma'am. Yep.
I said we've been talking about it.
Man, that's what I'm saying, man. That's it. What I said, what man of value who's recognized by other men of value is seriously betting you to be a wife? And you said this man, you ain't known this dude for 2 weeks.
From the streets, I'm a bitch from the streets. I get the money.
The only reason I'm pushing this hard, man, is because it triggers me when I hear average women talking about settling for average men. And I'll be honest.
Why do it trigger you?
Because you'd be lucky to get an average man. He would be settling for you.
Exactly, bro. Exactly. She'd be lucky if she can get an average man. Because, like I said, I know average dudes who wouldn't fuck this chick. Like, if you're an average guy with a little bit of game, I don't know, man. Like, even in my darkest days, I don't know, man. But I've never been average, so I don't know. But I know a lot of average dudes who would pass on this chick.
He would be settling for you to have to deal with you, 2 children from somebody else. Yes, man, that's why. Because
say something.
You asked, let me finish.
No man who's high value or has money or is in high demand by women is gonna have a long-term relationship with a woman who has kids, unless you're fucking stupid. No, or you're just like, or you can't get anything else. Those are the only guys who go for single moms.
Finish. He'd be settling for you because
Because I got 2 children.
Amongst other things, yes.
I mean, I'm a good person to get along with. So
that may be, ma'am. That may be. You could be a perfectly lovely person.
It doesn't matter. There's many men who are good men who like get no play from females because they're like either broke or they live with their fucking mom or they ain't got a car. Nobody cares, and nobody cares about if you're a good person. The sexual marketplace does not care if you're a good person or not.
But there are other women who are perfectly lovely people who are childless and more physically appealing.
That's fine. Like, I mean.
So that means, man, by definition, see, that's the thing. The kind of men you ladies talk about you want, they are rare. They are for every man that falls into your category, there are thousands of women that want him. Mm-hmm. He can only have one wife. That's why.
You telling he gonna have a lot of wives? I mean,
no. He gonna have a lot. He gonna cheat a lot, but he gonna have one wife. He can only marry one person. It's called bigotry. All right, that's enough. That's enough. No, that's enough. You can only have.
In the West, you can only have one wife at a time. Unfortunately,
one wife. No.
I'm actually against the concept of marriage in the West because it's a bad deal for men.
And that's all. Can only have one wife. Nope. You sat there and why did you marry your baby daddy?
Imagine being married to this whale and her taking half your money.
We grew apart.
This is
We grew apart.
Oh, Jesus, don't say it. You grew up. Softball. You grew apart. Was that before or after the second child?
The second child. We was getting into arguments and stuff. So
So, and how long were y'all together?
We was together since we was teenagers.
See, that's the problem. There's another problem, man. You get no higher than your baby daddy.
Facts. He said you don't get higher than your baby daddy. It's facts. These women out here, and I've dated a couple of single moms in the past, but only like short term. And lots of times they'll talk shit about their baby daddy. It's like, that's the guy you decided to have a kid with. The biggest honor a female can give a man is giving him kids. And you gave that man that honor. And now you're sitting here talking shit about him. It's like that Drake line. It's more attractive when you hold it down. But at the same time, what he said is 100% accurate. You can't do better than your baby daddy.
Because men look at a woman and then she look at her children, because men say, I'm not gonna go raise a lesser man's child.
Facts.
That's what happens.
You think all men think like that?
You think I got 1 million subscribers on each platform because I don't know what I'm talking about? You think I can do this night in, night out, and people co-sign? Ma'am, y'all would be better off to realize that more men think like this because the results show they do. You're almost like a mirror copy of Average at Best. The video that sparked a lot of this. She only had 1 kid, you got 2.
He's referring to this other woman he had on his show who also was talking like this chick, but that chick was at least like kind of like not as hideous as this female. But if anybody wants to watch that, it's called Average at Best. That's the title of the video.
Yes.
You trying to make it seem like I'm you trying to
I'm saying I'm making it seem, no, I want you to understand that how we came in is that
they all think like this, man. That female was also a single mom, but she had 1 kid, and that chick was way more, I wouldn't say like attractive, but she was like, that chick was like at least a 4 or 5 out of 10. And she wasn't overweight like this chick is. I had 1 kid, which is, the kid in itself would be a disqualifier, and she's 30 plus, you know, and a problem with becomes, again, for if you're a high value man who has options, like you don't, ideally you wouldn't want to long term date a 30 plus year old female. Like, I'm 29 years old, and a 29 year old female I would not take seriously, because like I said earlier, you got to think of all the dicks that's been through that woman. You know, all the trauma, all the bullshit that comes along with it, all the heartbreaks. And then she's going to bring all that pain and trauma to you.
the same thing that she said. You saying I would have to settle for an average man. And this is the men's platform. What do you think you were saying to all the men that are average men when you say that you will be settling for them? 50% of men are average or below. You don't have a problem offending them.
No, I don't want to offend nobody.
When you say you settle for, okay, ma'am, if I said I settled for you, would that make you feel good?
A lot of people settle.
If I said I settled for, don't see, when a woman doesn't answer a question directly, she's attempting to be deceptive.
Yes, I'll be mad. Yeah, I'll be mad.
Right. Thank you. So don't play with me. So when you say you're going to settle for an average man, you don't mind offending them. So I have no problem telling you why I think it's crazy for an average woman. Average, you say you're 5 or 6, I'll give you a 6, 5, 6. Okay, fine. But all the other things, man, puts you below average. I want you to listen. Let's take it away from you and me. Let's take it away from you and me and looks and everything else, because it's too personal. Okay, let's do this. Okay, let's reset the table. Okay, where would it make sense for a high school graduate who graduated with a C, a 2.0, and C, a 2.0, right? Mm-hmm. Would it make sense somebody like that demanding to get into Harvard, Princeton, MIT, Stanford?
No.
Would they be settling for junior college?
No.
Your JUCO. Junior college. 2.0. But the way you talk and women like yourself talk is like you deserve to get into Princeton, Harvard, MIT, Stanford. When you're a 2.0, going to junior college.
She's a 2.0 for sure, like I said before.
Can I say something?
Sure. I mean, and understand, people go to junior college and get associates, decide to go to junior college and go to a 4-year, and it will be far better in the world for women who are average to get with an average man, because an average man provides a woman options. But I don't want you to get with an average man and feel like you're settling. You need to treat that man with respect. because of
But the problem is she's not going to treat an average man with respect because she, like many women in her position, think that they deserve the best. So she's going to be unable to respect an average man.
man is worth more than a goddamn paycheck.
I would never. I mean, if I'm in a relationship with somebody, why would I disrespect them?
I'm talking about women in general. And well, you disrespected them by saying settling. That's why. That's disrespectful. That's disrespectful. Saying I'm settling is a condescending, disrespectful tone. Just like you say, you would feel some kind of way if I said I settled for you. But my grandmother settled for my grandmother had a 6th grade education. My grandfather had a 4th grade education. She settled for him and gave us a family legacy that we are still trying to measure up to. We are not doing nearly as well as the people who had less education and more harsh circumstances in the black community before us. We are not good stewards of their legacy. And part of the reason is because our women are so out of line. You think you're settling or should get more, and you can't get more. There are only a handful of these men, but the rest of women get men who roughly around their area. Yes, it's okay to want something better. It's okay to graduate with a 2.0 and want to get into Princeton or want better, but you got to be realistic and pick. Now, again, everybody who thinks I'm being a little harsh or whatever, she's 37 with 2 kids and still hasn't put together any real thought about what a marriage or a relationship should be.
He's not being too harsh. In my opinion, he's being too nice.
But y'all focus on my tone and my delivery and this and that. And all I'm sitting here trying to do is tell women like you, ma'am, that you would be life is better with somebody on your level. And understand something. I'm going to say this and I'll let you speak. If I put you with a high value man, and you were his wife and you went around these places, do you feel like you would fit in a room with these women, their wives?
Yes, because I'm classy. I'm not a ratchet type woman.
Say you're ratchet.
I know how to speak. I know how to drink from a glass. I mean,
she knows how to drink from a glass, bro. You can't make this shit up, man. You can't make this shit up.
Ma'am, they would look, ma'am. They would look at your chest tattoo and rule you out.
I could cover that with makeup, Kevin. I wouldn't even have this type of
Okay. And see, that's another thing. I've had so many women who were married to these kind of men say these women have no idea how snarky and how vicious these women can be.
And I got this when I was young.
It doesn't matter, ma'am. You got it. You still got 2 kids out of wedlock, ma'am. They're gonna. All the woman would have to do is like, oh, hey, how you doing? Hey, Roger, here's your wife. Hey.
See, that's the thing with women like her and women in general. They're not accountable. They just don't take any responsibility for their past mistakes. Like she keeps saying, like with the chest tattoo, she said, I got this when I was young. It's like, well, yeah, and like Kevin said, you got it, ma'am. You have it. That's regardless of when you got it, why you got it, you got it. Like, I don't know, man. Part of this is kind of sad, to be honest. But there's a lot of women like her out there. They're just delusional. They don't really understand where they stand. It's
Miss Cleveland. Hey, how you doing? So, Roger, yeah, he's a VP of marketing, And where'd you graduate from college? What? Ohio? State? Michigan? Big Ten. You didn't graduate. Oh, you didn't graduate from college. Okay, all right.
Mr. Kevin,
I'm just telling. Okay, never mind. They don't get it. They don't get it.
Can I say something? You said you was
you can say something. Go ahead.
I thought you said like college and all of that type of stuff didn't matter.
I said to men it doesn't matter, but I asked you being in the room with their wives.
Yeah, personally to me, a girl's education does not matter to me that much. You know, I would take a chick who works at McDonald's if she's hot. Like I don't care if a female has a job, if she's a lawyer. I've dated a chick who worked as a law clerk. I dated a chick who's studying to become a doctor and is a doctor now. But that shit does not, like, yeah, it's cool if you have it, but it's not something that we seek out. Like, we don't, if especially if you're a high value individual, you don't care how much your woman makes because you're already making dough.
You're in with the soccer moms and the 4-H club.
And your money is her money, and her money is. Oh, sorry, I fucked that up. Your money is our money, but her money is her money.
In the junior league and all these other women, women size you up. They're looking at everything about you. And you know how women can be. And if you don't, let me tell you, these women, they look at everything.
But
all right, never mind. It's enough. It's enough.
Can I? You said
at the end of the day, no, you don't get a high value men want something for their value. Exactly. You may be a perfectly lovely woman, but they're limited in supply. And if you had as many options as he does, would you settle for a man like you? Would you settle for a woman like
She's gonna say yes.
you? Would you do that? If you had as many options as men as he has in women, would you settle for you?
Yes, I would.
Of course you would. Outside of your mind.
Bro.
That's why I have no problem. That's why I have no problem staying on code. Because shame, insults, guilt, and need to be right. They're gonna keep going and 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 keep going.
Those are delusional, bro.
Keep going. Average at best, meet average at worst.
So yeah, man, that's the first episode of Player's Perspective. These women are delusional out here, man. There's a lot of females. There's a lot of females out here who think like the woman that we saw in this video. So that's a wrap for the first episode. Subscribe to the channel, like the video. I'll see you in the next one.